Minnesota is poised to take a leadership role in the development of sustainable aviation fuel, or SAF, the lower carbon jet fuel that can be derived from renewable sources like biodiesel and ethanol. Delta Airlines Vice President of State and Local Government Affairs Jeff Davidman says Delta has a goal of having net zero carbon emissions by 2050.
And when we look at our own footprint, we think 60% of that can be solved by using sustainable aviation fuel versus conventional jet fuel. So more than a majority of all of the steps we need to take is with sustainable aviation fuel. The problem is there's so little of it made in the world today. So, we talked about the U.S. airlines have made a goal of getting to 3 billion gallons in the U.S. by 2030. Well, in 2022, there were 25 million gallons. In 2023, it was just a little over 100 million gallons. And just in the last year, there was 340 million gallons produced in the world. So we have a long way to go, and it's going to take everybody in the value chain to get there. And it starts with the farmers and the growers making the feedstocks that we need.
Minnesota farmers are excited about the SAF potential because it's a fuel customers like Delta already want.
With SAF, we've got a customer in Delta Airlines that's coming to us, coming to soybeans, coming to the ag community and saying, hey, we want this product. All we need to do is figure out a way to get it in sufficient volumes for their needs at a price that they can reasonably afford, given the incentives and the policies that are in place today.
Davidman says Delta looked at Minnesota's available feedstocks, including corn and soybeans, its experience in biofuel production, and its large airport as positive factors to help develop a sustainable aviation fuel hub.
And then you add to that the SAF policy that the state passed. Now you've got the public support. And that led us to launch the Minnesota SAF Hub, which is this public-private entity of all the entities throughout the value chain trying to come together to look at this literally from the farm all the way to the wing and everything in between on how to solve that. Minnesota now has all these advantages and support that make it a really attractive place to lead in this industry. And this is, as we talked about, not just a Midwest problem or a U.S. problem we're trying to solve, but globally airlines are looking for this type of product, and Minnesota can lead across the globe.
Policy decisions and investments in SAF production facilities are among the hurdles that need to be overcome because the most limiting factor for widespread SAF use is supply.
This is real. This is a real product we use in our aircraft today around the world. We just don't have enough of it. And so when you have a product that we know works and we know helps us get to our goals, then the last piece should be the easiest, but it's actually the most challenging. How do you scale it and get it to a point where it's being produced and then at a price point that is affordable?
This is Dan Lemke reporting.